Welcome back, guys. In our last video we covered the essential beginner tips to get your economy running. But today we need to talk about something painful, which is losing troops. There's nothing worse than waking up to a burning castle and an empty drill ground. But did you know that defense actually has a massive advantage over attack in this game? And today I'm going to show you a secret trick to save your troops when you are offline, break down how the front row versus back row mechanic works, and finally give you the ultimate guide on which beast you should choose to lead your army. Let's get into it. Tip number 1. The fortress trick and defense advantage. First, you need to understand the golden rule. Defense always wins in the long run. When you attack someone, your troops die. A large portion of them are lost forever. However, when you are defending, your wounded troops go to the hospital first, and then to the sanctuary. This means defenders have a huge safety net that attackers don't. But what if you have more troops than your hospital can hold? This is where you are vulnerable to permanent losses. Here is a secret to fixing that. The Alliance Fortress. Go to your Alliance map and find the Alliance Fort, not the castle, the fort. You can reinforce this building with your troops. The Alliance Fort cannot be attacked by enemies. It is a safe deposit box for your army. So whenever you go offline or to sleep, send your excess troops, specifically your lower tier troops, to the fort. Keep your best troops at home to defend your wall up to your hospital capacity. If you get hit, your weak troops are safe on vacation at the fort and your strong troops just go to the hospital. 0 permanent losses. Tip 2. Front row versus back row strategy. Now that your troops are safe, let's talk about how they actually fight. You can't just throw random units together. You need to understand the front row and back row. Your front row consists of infantry and cavalry. Their job is to be the meat shield. They take the damage, so the guys behind them don't have to. Your back row consists of archers and mages. These are your damage dealers, DPS. A good rule of thumb for a balanced army is to have about 35% to 40% of your march to be front row troops. If you don't have enough front line, your enemy will chew right through them and instantly wipe out your squishy mages and archers. This positioning is critical because it dictates which beast you should choose. Speaking of which, tip number 3, the beast guide. Which one is the best? We do have the panda, the dragon, the pegasus and the phoenix. Let's start with the panda. The panda has higher HP but lower attack. This unique skill raises the defense of your front row troops. This makes him the ultimate tank choice. If you want a defense build that keeps your infantry alive longer, pick the panda. The dragon is an AoE, so area of effect, damage dealer. His skill, Rain of Fire, attacks all enemy troops, front and back. He is a balanced choice, but his damage is spread out rather than focused. The Pegasus. This is often considered the best starter choice for free-to-play players. The Pegasus has a skill called War Blast that raises the attack of your back row troops. Since our back row, so mages and archers, does most of the damage anyways, buffing them is usually more efficient than buffing the front row. And the fourth beast is the Phoenix. The Phoenix is technically the strongest beast with the best base stats. His skill deals massive damage specifically to the enemy back row, targeting their damage dealers. However, the Phoenix is usually obtained through paid bundles, so he is a premium option. So related to the defensive topics we talked about, if you can't get the Phoenix, I recommend the Pegasus. Buffing your back row damage is generally the best way to win fights in the early to mid game. But hey, don't worry, you get one free beast switch, so you aren't locked in forever in case you have chosen the wrong one, like the panda I did. I'm gonna fix this later. Tip number 4. Leveling beasts and the savior of order. So you picked your beast and now how do you make it strong? You need beast XP, yo! You can get this by grinding monsters on the world map, but the most fun and efficient way is a game mode called Savior of Order. This is a totally different game mode inside your city that plays just like a roguelike game. You run around, kill waves of monsters and get upgrades like Gale Sword or Firebird. Why does this matter? Because clearing these stages gives you beast items and Valhalla cores, needed to evolve your beast skills. It is not just a side game, it is mandatory for leveling up your beast efficiently. Plus, it's actually really fun and breaks up the monotony of city building. So to recap, save your troops by hiding them in the Alliance fort when you sleep, maintain a 35% front row to protect your damage dealers, pick the Pegasus or Phoenix if you want to spend a bit to boost that damage, and grind the Survivor of Order minigame to level that beast up. Bring it up, make it strong. If you follow these defense secrets, you will stop being a target and start being a powerhouse. If you haven't downloaded War and Order yet, use the link in the description to support the channel. Drop a like if this saved your army, and I will see you on the next one.